Hey guys, and welcome to Janet being Janet. Alright, now believe it or not, there are people that did not know Amberlynn used to be liked by her audience. Honestly, really, people believed in her. They thought that she was going to be able to lose the weight. They cheered her on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you back in time, and I'm going to show you a video where people believed that she could do this and she could change her mind if she put her mind to something. Yes, she could lose that weight. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to let we're going to let Janet mal her just a little bit as we go along. How does that sound? Sounds like fun? Sounds like fun to me. So press play.
Babe. Okay, Becky said, I dare you, because I was like just being silly, and she goes, I dare you to make that face and leave it in the clip. So when someone dares me to do something, I gotta do it, boo-boo.
Yeah, that one got her. That one got her, because people are down in the comments saying, dare you to lose weight. Dare you to lose weight. We dare ya. And yeah, well, I guess kind of in a way she fulfilled that dare. In a little bit of a way she did. So y'all can't say nothing. She has lost some weight. And we remember this iconic intro. Just boop, Amberlynn Reid. We're going to continue.
Anyways, hey guys, welcome to day 5 of my 100 days of trying. Yes. I feel like a few things were kind of, maybe I didn't communicate the right way when I was talking about the 100 days. In this 100 days, I don't want to binge.
So, yeah, I stopped that. Let me go ahead and clarify something. This is a 100 day of trying. Doesn't mean she has to succeed. It meant that she was trying to succeed. I want to get that straight with you 100%. Yeah, I'm like really up, my head's high and my body's low.
And by not binging, that leaves me at a normal calorie limit, like without even trying. Because when I binge, it is a madhouse when I binge. Like, it's really bad. So my goal is to just go 100 days without doing that, and it's been a struggle and it's been hard.
And people in the audience, in the comments, were like, you can do it, you know, you can do it, we have faith in you, and you just keep that binge monster away.
And that leaves me to the fact that quite a few people have been saying that that bowl of mashed potatoes I had was a binge. Okay, I have to read you something.
Does that sound familiar? At all? Does that sound familiar to you?
Someone said going over your calorie limit is still binging. Whether it is 500 calories or 10,000 calories, you're still eating too much food. For me, I'm not talking about anybody else, but for me, going over my calories by 500 is not a binge at all.
And we still live by the same mentality. That is not a binge. And she can actually binge when she wants to. By a lot.
In the slightest. So I wanted to tell you guys kind of what I have ate as a binge quite frequently before this 100-day challenge that I'm doing. I tweeted it all out. Follow me on Twitter. The tea is piping hot lately. So I tweeted them back and I said, WTF. Do you not know what binging is? I'm sorry, but a bowl of mashed potatoes is not me binging, because that was a whole thread of people just arguing about that back and forth.
Can you believe that? People were arguing with each other on what an Amberlynn binge was. How much food can Amberlynn eat in order for it to be a binge or not a binge? How much food does that take? No, sir, no, ma'am. I'm good with that. Hey, you know what? I need to scoot the camera down, because look. Look. Ain't that cool? Let your little light shine, and then you got a dumpster. I don't know. Hopefully y'all saw that. I'm not raising up any higher. Okay, go.
Binging is when I eat 3 Snickers, a whole can of Pringles, 2 ramens, a bag of hot Cheetos, and then a Ben & Jerry. Now that's a binge. That's why I'm 562 pounds. Everyone's binging is different. For someone, maybe going over 500 calories is a binge for them. But for me, my binges are 3,000 plus calories usually. So it's usually crazy.
Do you understand Now, while when she says, I have not had that monster come out, now do you understand what that monster is? Do you understand how many calories that monster is for her? So when she's overeating by just a little bitty rice cup, that's not that monster for her. No, not even by a long shot.
And it's all in one sitting, and it takes me about, I want to say 45 minutes to eat all of that. And not only that, but I also ate, you know, prior to the binge. I had like dinner or whatever snacks I had throughout the day, and taking away that whole binge is making it to where I'm not eating those extra 2,000, 3,000 calories that I usually would every single night.
Imagine doing that, guys. Imagine being able to sit down and do that. I would get sick. I wouldn't get out of bed the very next day or probably the day after that.
Which, that is the reason why I am the size that I am, because the bigger that I got, the more food I was able to binge. And it's been a struggle, but I'm proud of myself because I've been successful. So far today, I've been doing really good, and I'm actually allowing myself to eat things that I normally would. Like today I had some Mexican food and I enjoyed it without feeling guilt because I'm finally eating like a normal person instead of binging.
On a diet, eating like a normal person, eating Mexican food. You ever heard of that one?
It's nice to be able to step on the scale every day and not see a gain. And that just goes to show that binging has really ruined my life. And I know in my heart of hearts that I can change this. So my weigh-in for today, day 5, was 559.4. And this shook me to the core because it was a 3-pound drop.
And when she dropped weight, it was an okay, I can eat more today
from yesterday, because yesterday I was 562.4. So that was a big whoosh. It was just like whoosh, bye 3 pounds. So it's not much, but in the 4 days I was down 4.6 pounds. And I think that's great. And it's just crazy that I lost 3 of those in one day. Okay, I'm there for it. I just don't want anyone to take away the progress that I have made so far, because I have made progress.
Amberlynn is the only one that can take the progress away from Amberlynn, and all it takes is picking up that phone and making an order. Actually, you don't even have to make an order like this anymore, do you? No. That's why I don't have Uber, Grubhub, Grub. I don't know what it's called, but I ain't got that neither, because I'd be pressing it.
I wish that you guys could have seen me every night in the things that I was binging, and I wasn't caring at all in the slightest. I felt possessed and I just went with it. But now I'm trying to be in control of my body, in control of my mind, and really just try my hardest to push forward and to succeed, because I am tired of feeling the way that I do.
People were praising her at this time for saying, oh, or for acknowledging, okay, yes, I have a problem. Yes, I understand that monster is there, but it's not my fault, but I'm doing good because that monster did not come. So y'all need to go ahead and say I did a good job. Virtual high five. No, ma'am.
Binging makes me feel so gross, especially because I do it at night. And then I usually fall asleep maybe like 2 hours after I binge, and the next morning I just feel miserable.
2 hours after you eat that much food, man, my pants come unbuttoned and I'm just tired of feeling that way, and tired of the heartburn, tired of all of it, because when I binge, my breathing gets worse, and there's so many negative things about binging that I just can't even. Please take a sip every time I say binge or binging. You guys will be drunk. No, ma'am. Don't y'all do that. Don't you do that. Oh, no. Stop it. Stop it. I see your brains turning. No. That little sign, it goes away right now, because we ain't doing that. I do not support that. Hospitalization does not work for me on here. No, ma'am. No, sir. Drop it now. She didn't do a trigger warning.
Hey guys, so today is actually day 8. And the last time I talked to you guys, I think was 5 or 4.
Why is her makeup always on point? I'm sorry, y'all may not think so, but you know what? I can't get my eyes like that. My hand's not steady. I can't do that.
I think it was 5. I don't quite remember. The last few days have been kind of hectic, and I've just been really in my head, and I haven't weighed myself, and it's just been the type of situation where you're like, do you want to be honest, or do you kind of just want to let it go?
If you have to question yourself if you want to be honest or not, what does that make you as a person? She always needs a mirror. She just doesn't use it.
In the sense of like, I wasn't gonna lie to you guys, but what I mean is like, did I want to just not mention the kind of mind frame I've been in? So Becky actually went to Georgia. She's home now, but she went to Georgia a couple days ago, and it was hard for me because I felt ashamed because I couldn't go.
Ooh, I random pick, guys. I almost a random pick, pretty much. I looked at titles. Do you remember when she left? And when she left, remember Amberlynn said that she had to make Beck come back because she couldn't take care of herself. Beck had to come back home. Amberlynn put her on a time limit. You remember that? I got kind of lucky with this one, didn't I? Wow.
It was a family thing, and of course I was invited. I couldn't go because of me. I was worried about my legs because it was kind of a long road trip, and my feet swell really bad when I'm sitting for too long. So I was nervous, and I know a lot of people are like, you do sit all day. I meant when I sit without my legs being elevated.
No lipedema, lymphedema, I don't even know how you say it, but none of that existed yet, Amberlynn. Fashy.
My feet swell, my legs swell, and it hurts. And someone my size, that's just what happens. So I was very nervous for that, and I didn't want to damper anyone's time by being in pain. I don't like to be a burden or feel like people have to worry about me the whole time. So I told her, just go, spend time with your family.
And to think, every single word you're hearing is a lie. She doesn't want to be a burden. Wasn't she on bed rest this entire time? She doesn't want to be a burden. She was telling Beck that she wanted Beck home. Doesn't want to be a burden. Amberlynn, definition of a burden.
It was hard because her and I don't really spend nights apart from each other because we live together. We sleep in the same bed. Hello. So it was hard to say bye to her, but she's back home, and I am like really grateful because I was worried I was going to be alone and like depressed and sad, but it was actually a really good weekend. I gotta be honest. Like, Hannah and Rafe came over and we all played games and just hung out with.
Hey, Hannah and Rafe would not help you in the bathroom, Amberlynn, and so that's the only thing I can think of watching this. I mean, it's bad. It's bad, but everybody in the comment section at this time, they supported Amberlynn.
Eric and Ricky and Eric's sister, Eric's nephew, and it was a fun freaking day. I will have to say that. So it was sad that Becky wasn't there with us, but I felt really good that like my friends came over and we all hung out and just had a really good time, and I didn't have to like pout in my room like a little child. So
Totter Lorlism. Fits perfectly. So doing merch.
I ended up binging a couple nights ago, and a part of this 100 days was trying to prove to myself that I can stop the binging. And it's weird, but some people don't just binge for one day. There is a such thing as where you binge for days, sometimes weeks. No, you don't continuously, constantly eat every single second of the day.
I don't understand how she would do that. No way possible at all that I could do that. No, ma'am.
But it's kind of like a binge wave that you can't stop. It happens every single day or night, depending on the person. And you kind of can't get a hold of your bearings, and it's terrifying. So that's what I was going through the last few weeks, months. That's what I was going through, and it wouldn't stop.
If you're afraid of something, you push it away. You don't say, hey, come into my mouth.
And I kept gaining weight. So I was like, I need to do something about it, and I need to stop gaining weight. I just really wanted to focus on being more in control of my body. And so that's why I started the 100 days. And I was able to go 5 days without binging. And I know for some people that's pathetic and whatever, but to me that was an accomplishment, because I broke the binging barrier.
You also broke the word you had to your audience. You said 100 days. And as always, even back then, you could not hold up your end of the bargain.
I no longer, it was like a continuous binge every single night. I was able to break that for 4 to 5 nights, and it was hard. It was challenging every single night, but then I messed up and I binged. The thing you'll learn about me is I never give up. I'm not giving up. So
left by the end of this.
my whole thing is, do I continue on the 100 days? Do I start fresh? Do I see how long I can go without binging? Do I keep making tallies and, you know, this time see if I can go longer than 5 days? There is a YouTuber, I'm not going to name any names. I'm not going to say her name because I don't want people to attack her, because I notice every time I say
Amberlynn had an audience, and so I don't know what Amberlynn's about to say, but you don't. I mean, I watched her back in this whole thing. I watched her, but I don't remember every single video and every single detail. Don't remember any of that, because at the time I was still thinking, you know, kind of, sort of, you know, she kind of iffy. This is an iffy.
A certain YouTuber's name or like Instagram person's name, like people go and like attack them or like say things like, why are you helping Amberlynn, or why are you talking to Amberlynn? That's just like, what? Like, what? So this YouTuber actually doesn't talk to me, but still, I just don't want to like cause any friction. But she is someone I have been watching for a very long time, and I adore her.
No, you do not, because right now you're gonna, if you could out them, you would out them bigger than ever. Same as today. You want that little wolf pack or whatever kind of ambies, ambies, whichever one you want to call them. You want them to go after them. You just ain't saying it.
She's lost a lot of weight, and she probably doesn't even know who I am. But she used to struggle with binging. So every day that she didn't binge, she would make a little tally on a whiteboard, and she'd go a week. And then if she binged on the 8th day, she'd erase the tallies and she'd start over. And she would make sure she wouldn't binge longer than 8 days the next round. And then pretty soon she kept doing that, and it made it to where she just kind of was able to recover.
Are you asking permission to just continue on the 100 days, or are you asking permission to start over? Or what kind of permission are you actually wanting, Miss Amberlynn? Your channel.
From binge eating disorder. And she's not like super popular on YouTube. I mean, she has a really big following, but
hey, whoever she's talking about, guess what? She just made a dig at you. You just won't know it yet.
There's another YouTuber, a weight loss channel, who has a really big following, and she has beat her binge eating disorder, and she's gone a year without binge eating by marking the days, by counting the days. And that is what I want to do, because I remember the day where she was like, I haven't binged eat for 100 days, and I'm just like, that's everything. That's what I aspire to be.
You're just proving it is possible, Amberlynn, even still today. It's possible. You digging it?
I want to conquer this and I want to recover from this. Recovery from eating disorders is a lot different than recovery for alcoholics or addicts. So I'm tired of people comparing the two, because people are always like, would you give an alcoholic an ounce of vodka every day?
She's tired of people comparing the two, but what the crap does she do today? She compares them.
What? That doesn't even make sense. I need food to survive, which is unfortunate for all the food addicts and all the binge eaters out there. People who suffer with binge eating, they get it. They understand. They know what's up.
Did you just say what's up? No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Your mouth was not made to say them words. No, ma'am.
Because we all relate to each other and we're not here to judge one another. And I know people are going to ask about this. This is a really, really bad cat scratch that I can't help but sometimes scratch at myself. So it makes it worse, and yeah. But anyways, now that I've sat here and really talked about it and gotten my like feelings out and like...
And you know what? YouTube has always been her therapist. Then, now, YouTube, her therapist.
The more I start to understand myself, and God, this is why I love YouTube, because I'm able to sit here and it's like therapy for me.
No, you did not. I told you just the other day in the video. YouTube is her therapist. She done said it herself, so she can't go back now.
What I think I'm going to do is I'm definitely going to just restart. I'm not going to call this the 100-day challenge anymore. I'm just going to see how far I can go without binging. I'm going to keep track, and I'm going to write down that I have it in my phone actually. Hold on. Okay. So it was exactly 4 nights that I went without binging, which to me is amazing for me.
4 nights. 4 nights is amazing. Out of 100, out of her making a deal of 100, she made it 4.
For me. So now we're gonna go again, and we're going to see how long. I will definitely make a video tomorrow and kind of start this process, and I want to keep you guys updated. I want you guys to be in the know. I want you guys to know all about it, what's going on with me. I don't want to be someone who hides away.
Is a vlogger. Amberlynn shares her life with the internet, because Amberlynn's a vlogger. You're not supposed to be the one hiding any information away or anything you do away. You chose this job. You're a vlogger. Just
because I make mistakes. It's not going to happen. I'm going to make mistakes for the rest of my life, and I don't want to hide in the shadows. I want to be in the light, and I want to show everyone that I am working on this and that I am going to succeed, and this recovery is not easy. So there's something else I want to talk about that I just want to talk about real quick.
I know. I don't even know what it is, but I know. We had enough of anguish right now. We had enough. We had enough of your problems. Well, we don't need no more.
Have you guys ever heard of weekly calorie counting instead of daily calorie counting?
Oh my goodness gracious. No, ma'am. Ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Your brain done hit a light socket.
I know this isn't like a super like hot topic out in the world, but there is a such thing as where, okay, we're gonna do a little math for you guys, because your girl, it's just easier to work it out together. So I'm gonna go to my calculator. So I'm just gonna use 1200 for an example, because I feel like a lot of people eat 1200 calories a day, which is very low, but we're just gonna use that for an example.
I was just about to say, there ain't no way she's gonna eat 1200 a day. There ain't no way she's gonna be able to eat that low. No, continue, Miss Amberlynn.
So, if you had to eat 1200 calories every single day to lose weight, no, let's do 1300. So 1300, and there's 7 days in a week, obviously. So we're gonna do times 7. So that means in a week, you guys are eating 9100 calories. As you can see, 9100 calories. So,
I think I know where this is going. Another excuse for her to eat what she wants. I think I know where this is going.
If you guys are doing weekly calories, that means instead of eating your 1300 calories in one day, maybe one day you're not that hungry and you only eat 1100. Okay, cool. And then the next day you eat 1500. That's okay. As long as at the end of the week you eat 9100 calories. Because realistically, weight loss is about a weekly calorie deficiency. So I've never done that before.
I don't think anybody's done this before, Amberlynn. I don't think most people look at it that way. Because you could eat all your calories in one day, and then what do you do with the rest of the week? What do you do then, Amberlynn?
I've actually had a few people recommend it to me, and I'm just like...
That's you in a four-way mirror. 1, 2, 3, 4.
How does that work, though? But then I did a little bit more research. Research is key to many things, and it does make more sense.
That's you sitting in the bathroom floor in front of that daggum mirror you always did, just like Trisha Paytas. Because she's your idol.
As long as you don't go over your weekly calories, then you gonna lose weight, boo-boo. Because it's true. If you are doing a daily calorie limit, sometimes you're not as hungry as the day before. So say you have a 2000 calorie limit and you only eat 1500 in one day because you're not that hungry, then that's fine.
You know what? It's just fine, because that's how Amberlynn looks at it. She says, okay, I have this many points, but I have all these extra over here, so I can grab from here and put it here. And then even though she has no extra points here, she's like, oh, no, I got an imaginary amount here. I'll just put it here too.
Because now you've given yourself 500 extra calories for another day, or you can sprinkle it out through the week if you want. Because I'm sure there are people out there who sometimes want to eat more than 2000 calories or sometimes want to eat less than that.
The one that knows exactly how nutrition works knows exactly how calories work too. Doesn't she? Weight loss? Weight gain? She knows it all.
And doing weekly calorie counting actually helps more with that. So I think I'm going to give it 1 week and just try it and see what happens. And again, I'm going to make a video and talk about it more, and I really want to talk to you guys about my weight. And
you understand 5 days is not a week, right? It's only a work week, but it's usually 7 days, so you can't even make it a week.
Give you guys weigh-ins and tell you guys about my struggles and my non-struggles. But I just feel like it's really important to me that I'm just more raw with my audience, because there was a while there that I kind of stopped doing that, and I just feel like this is the time that I need to do this, because if I don't do it now, then I feel like I never will. So I'm like completely rambling.
Hey, I ramble all the time, Amberlynn. That's what my channel is. My mouth going off and me rambling from my head.
So I'm going to stop rambling, and I am going to end this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Bye, Miss Amberlynn. Did y'all have fun? Did y'all have fun seeing the old Amberlynn that had support and that lost it all on her own? I had fun. I haven't seen that in a while, so I was like, yeah. I just recorded it, and I was hoping that it'd be a little bit fun, because you know what? I sometimes record these, and I start talking about them, and because I start recording them on the camera, and I'll start listening to them, and I'm like, no, I don't like this one. So I'll just turn it off, and I won't do it. And so me talking through this one, I'm like, hey, okay. I didn't bore myself. Because if I bore myself, I bore you. Because I can't stand to be bored. So hopefully you didn't get bored. Because I'm on here for your entertainment and me just some fun. But alright guys, I hope you have a good day, night, weekend, holiday, year, whenever you might be watching this. And hope you remember to smile today. Or make somebody else smile, because it really can make a difference. Alright guys, y'all, I need to say it in the beginning. Y'all go down there and you subscribe so you can see me talk about Amberlynn all the time. I don't care if you call me a reaction channel or just somebody that mouths. I like somebody that mouths. It sounds a lot better. Alright guys, y'all make sure you have a good one.